Hi, this is David Zach with the Springfield Chamber, interviewing Ken Steele, owner of Coffee Expressions, which is where I am on a wonderful Saturday morning. Good morning, Ken. How are you today?
I'm doing great.
Good. So tell me a little bit about Coffee Expressions. It's a kind of a coffee house, homemade coffee house in Springfield. When did you start it? Why did you get in the business of selling coffee in this experience?
Well, I initially started, basically, I had always wanted to own my own business. I thought a restaurant-type business would be good. And I love coffee, and at the point when I started, the only place to get a good specialty cup was to leave town, really. And so I opened it with that in mind. This August 9th will be our 5th anniversary. We opened 5 years ago.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. But I was teaching school. I still do teach school. My wife teaches school, both in the Springfield City schools. So this is not our main income, fortunately, but we've survived 5 years and still doing well during the economic downturn because of the quality of our product and the quality of our personnel that work here.
Yeah, I mean, I always, being someone who also enjoys coffee, I noticed you're using Crimson Cup out of Columbus,
Right.
which has been around a while, well respected. Why did you choose Crimson Cup as your main coffee supplier? Roaster.
I was actually in Logo's bookstore at the time when they had their coffee shop set up there, reading a book on starting a coffee business. And Joe, who's the head of maintenance for Crimson Cup, was in repairing their equipment.
Yeah.
And I just went and asked him for some information. He gave me his card, and it went from there. Of course, Crimson Cup is not in the business so much of opening coffee shops themselves, but they do supply coffee for independent coffee houses. But we went the full route where we got their instruction. We hired them as consultants. From day one, we were making drinks the right way and so forth. So that's what we have, the quality label. So any place you can go that has the quality label, you know, if you can find one, there are 50 of them, I believe, throughout the country, maybe 75 now, but we were like number 13, I think.
Okay, so you were in on the kind of the ground floor.
Yeah, and so, but they should be the same, whoever's making them, because we use recipes and so forth, and so we learned right from the beginning how to do it right, which it might have taken us a year to learn it. We might never have learned it, you know, to do them just right.
So did they train you and provide the training or for your staff on how to do this thing? Because it's not easy to prepare a good cappuccino or everything.
Armando Escobar, who is the basic coffee that we use, is Armando's Blend.
Okay.
He's been a barista for years and years.
Right.
And the owner, Greg, the owner of Crimson Cup, saw him in action one day and talked to him. That's how they got started. Yeah. But now it's not just him now that does the training. They've grown enough. But he came here, and for the first 2-3 days we were open, it was training for our people on hands-on, and so we learned from them at that point. Now we buy almost all of our supplies from our coffee and our syrups. We do have some syrups we don't get there because we have a lot of sugar-free syrup that they don't carry.
Right.
But they provide our signage and so forth. So it's just, you know, it's good to, you feel like you're part of something that's bigger than you, yet it's still our business. They don't tell us how to do it. They don't tell us what we have to do. They just tell us, they give us suggestions, they tell us the best way, and I've learned that the best way is to follow their directions because they've tested it. Even down to equipment. When we first got a 3-head portafilter for making 3 shots of espresso at once, I bought the first one of theirs, the test one they used, even because I knew that they test things even like that to the extent that I could not myself, you know, as a single person doing it. And so I know whatever they have, it's going to be right. It's going to be done well.
Right. Now, this being my first time, Ken, at Coffee Expressions, it seems to me that a lot of the people that have come in here today know each other, know the people at the counter. It almost seems almost a family. I kind of compare it to like a Cheers atmosphere for coffee. Is it like that all the time?
You get warm over there, in fact, right now. Yeah, we do have. That's just it. Once someone comes here, they're more than likely to come back, and on a regular basis. We have had some people come in from out of town and so forth, and they go, well, you know, I'm a real coffee snob. I said, great, that's what we like, because you know the quality, you know. And The only complaint really I've had from people who are our regulars is that when they go on vacation, they can't get a good cup of coffee, you know, because they get used to this. And we have found that I don't forget what the question was even, but
all the great rapport that
a lot of people come in and they like this about it, that the person who is here usually knows what their drink is. And, you know, you see them coming in, you start making it, even if they're back in line, you can go ahead and start on it. I've told people before, if you change your mind, flash your lights when you come in, because we may make it. Because there are some that get the same thing every day, you know. And, but now there are some, like, Jessica, who works the morning shift during the week usually, if there are people who only come in during that time, and she is sick, like this past Monday, I filled in for her, and so some of the people I didn't know what their drink was, even though I recognized them. And so, but I have actually had people come in and say, "Oh, I don't even know what I get." They just make it because you know, the barista knows. And so I just try to get an idea of what it tastes like and go from there.
So one thing I noticed is it's decorated very nicely. You told me that you have you had a professional decorator come in and do it.
She decorates homes. She decorates homes, and I hired her to decorate the facility down to the chairs and everything custom made.
Great.
And so this summer, since not teaching this summer, I'm trying to do some maintenance. We usually have a large tapestry hanging up there, and today just about to put that back up, and just doing some things, you know, touching up paint and so forth. Keep it fresh, but we try to keep it clean and nice. And we actually have 3 bathrooms in this little place.
That's probably good for a coffee house.
I thought about changing the name to Drink and Wee Wee, but I didn't. So, and I don't know if you noticed, but on the Coffee Expressions logo we have out there, that little coffee cup that's in it, if you look at it from the side, it's actually made of a K and a J. My name is Ken, and my wife's
name is that.
Is Judy.
That's really interesting.
There's our initials in the coffee cup.
What's the thought behind coffee for independent thinkers? I thought that was kind of neat.
Well, that was actually what the logo that they used from Crimson Cup when it first opened. And it came from them supplying coffee for independent coffee houses. And so, I had a lot of people comment on that first. They said, "Do I qualify?" I said, "Well, did anyone make you come in?" They said, "No." I said, "Well, you're an independent thinker." Now they have since gone to a Drink Local, which we have some logos that say Drink Local. I have a shirt that has that on the back even. And from then they've moved on now, I think, to the World's Best Coffee.
So tell everybody where you're located, what your hours are, and how they can get a hold of here if they want to call.
Well, we are at 1111 North Plum Street, suite number 1. It's at the end unit of this shopping center. In fact, we have a sign right out on the street with our name. And if you knew before, Hair Quarters was in here. And so if you ever got your hair cut here, we're the only 2 businesses that have been here. Right behind Burger King, kind of catty corner from Mike and Rosie's, near Wittenberg. But our phone number is 323-5282, or 323-JAVA, if you forget that.
Oh, I like that.
We have a website that's coffeeexpressions.net. And then at the bottom of that one, it takes you to a link to a Merchant Circle website that's ours. And our email is coffeeexpressions@gmail.com.
Great. Well, great time visiting with you, Ken. I appreciate it. Owner of Coffee Expressions here in Springfield, Ohio. I'm enjoying my coffee and my time here. Thanks, Ken.
Cheers.